Task Flow Stand-Up Meeting. Alice, Team Lead. Bob, Back-End Developer. Charlie, Front-End Developer. Diana, QA Engineer. Eve, Product Manager.
Good morning, team. Let's get started with our stand-up. Let's keep it short and focused today since we have a planning session right after this. Bob, why don't you go first?
Sure. Yesterday, I worked on the API for task filtering. I completed the logic for sorting tasks by priority and due date. I pushed my changes to the repo late last night. My PR is up, waiting for a review from Charlie. I also addressed all the comments on my previous PR for the user authentication flow. Today, I'll be working on optimizing database queries for faster task retrieval. I also need to start working on the notification system for task reminders. I might need some input from Eve on how frequent these notifications should be.
Got it. Charlie, you're up next.
Yesterday, I focused on implementing the new task card UI. I added animations to make task movements smoother on drag and drop. I also reviewed Bob's PR but had some questions about the API response structure. Bob, can we sync up after the stand-up?
Yeah, let's do that.
Today, I'll continue improving the task board's responsiveness on mobile screens. I also need to start integrating the back-end APIs for task filtering. I'll be writing tests for the new UI components as well.
Sounds good. Diana, what about you?
Yesterday, I ran regression tests for the last sprint's features. I found a minor bug in the task deletion flow and logged it in Jira. I also worked on automating test cases for task status changes. Today, I'll be testing Charlie's new task board UI implementation. I'll also verify Bob's API changes once they're merged. I have a question for Eve. Do we need to test notifications across all time zones?
Yes, we should. Some users will rely on reminders, so accuracy is critical.
Got it. I'll add that to our test plan.
Eve, your turn.
Yesterday, I finalized the notification system specs. I also worked on defining the onboarding flow for new users. I had a meeting with marketing to align on the app launch strategy. Today, I'll be reviewing the UI updates and providing feedback. I also need to sync with Bob on how we handle recurring task reminders.
Thanks, Eve. Sounds like we're making great progress. Before we move on, does anyone have blockers?
Yeah, I have one. I ran into some performance issues when fetching tasks with multiple filters applied.
I noticed that too when testing locally. Queries seem to slow down with large datasets.
Exactly. I might need to rework some of the database indexing strategies.
Let's schedule a quick sync up after this to go over possible optimizations.
Sounds good.
I also have a minor blocker. I need confirmation on whether we want persistent filters across sessions.
Yes, filters should be saved per user so that they don't have to reset them every time they log in.
Got it. I'll make that change today.
No blockers from my side, but I'll need back-end logs for some of the automated test failures.
I'll share those with you right after this.
Great. Let's go over a few key things for today. Charlie, when do you think the UI refinements will be ready for review?
I should have it done by the end of the workday.
Nice. Diana, once Charlie's changes are in, can you prioritize testing them?
Yep, I'll start right away.
Bob, once you optimize the queries, can you add some benchmarks so we can track improvements?
Sure thing.
I also wanted to check, are we on track to complete the sprint backlog?
Mostly, yes. We're slightly behind on notifications, but everything else looks good.
Should we adjust priorities to make sure notifications are ready for testing?
I can try to finish up the initial implementation today so Diana can start testing tomorrow.
That would be ideal. Let's aim for that.
Are we still planning to have a demo for stakeholders on Friday?
Yes, we'll showcase the task board improvements and filtering system.
Charlie and Bob, can you record a quick walkthrough once things are stable?
Yeah, I'll handle the front-end part.
And I'll cover the back-end side.
I can also check the demo flow to make sure we don't hit unexpected issues.
Good idea. Let's do a test run tomorrow.
How's the onboarding flow progressing?
I still need to integrate the final UI elements.
I'd love to review it once it's in place. Let me know when it's ready.
Will do!
By the way, do we need to support multi-language notifications in this release?
Not in this phase, but we should keep localization in mind for future updates.
Okay, team. Anything else we need to address?
I wanted to ask, will there be more back-end changes for task status updates?
Not in this sprint. The current implementation should be final.
Should we add analytics tracking for user interactions on the task board?
Yes, that's a great idea. Let's add it to the next sprint.
I'll make sure it gets into the backlog.
One last thing. How are we handling error messages in the UI?
Right now, we're using generic ones, but we can refine them for better UX.
Let's align on messaging before we finalize that.
All right, let's summarize key takeaways for today. Bob will optimize task filtering and share logs with Diana. Charlie will finalize UI refinements and implement persistent filters. Diana will focus on UI testing once changes are merged. Eve will review onboarding and sync with Bob on notifications. We'll do a test run of the stakeholder demo tomorrow. Everyone clear on their priorities?
Yes!
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, team. Let's make good progress today.
I'll ping Charlie when I'm ready to sync on API responses.
And I'll reach out to Bob once I start testing back-end changes.
I'll set up a review session for the onboarding flow this afternoon.
Perfect. Let's reconvene tomorrow.
If anyone needs me, I'll be online most of the day.
Same here. Feel free to Slack me.
I'll be available after lunch if anyone needs testing help.
Looking forward to seeing the updates later today.
All right, team. Have a productive day. See you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.